Okay, so hello. Today we're going to do Joy Division and or maybe the Eternal, however you want to pronounce it. So yeah, like I've said before, I've listened to basically all of Unknown Pleasures. I mean, that album, obviously, it's, well sought after. But anyway, with Closer, I haven't heard every track. And this is one of the tracks I have not heard. So here we are. This was requested, and I feel like I haven't done Joy Division in a while, and I've been just missing Ian Curtis's baritone voice. So let's get into this, see what's going on, and talk about it after. So let's go. Sounds like maracas. Good Lord. That bass already. Piano.
Procession moves on, the shouting is over. Praise to the glory of loved ones now gone.
So dark already.
Talking aloud as they sit round their table. Scattering flowers washed down by the rain. Stood by the gate at the foot of the garden. Watching them pass like clouds in the sky. Tried to cry out in the heat of the moment. Possessed by a fury that burns from inside.
No one else sounds like Ian Curtis, I'm telling you right now. I just have to say. Just so haunting. Good Lord.
Cry like a child, though these years make me older. With children my time is so wastefully spent. Burden to keep, though they're inner communion. Accept like a curse an unlucky deal. Played by the gate at the foot of the garden. My view stretches out from the fence to the wall. No words could explain, no action
I don't really know what that sound is though. I like the little random playing at the end there. All right, so yeah, Joy Division and the Eternal. Um, I this song, like, it was 6 minutes 7 seconds. It did not feel like 6 minutes. This song just captivated me. Honestly, I felt frozen at some points, which sounds kind of weird to say out loud. But yeah, like I said, just as the first time hearing this, again, I always go on about it in each Joy Division reaction or review, whatever. But again, just like I said, there's no one that sounds like Ian Curtis. That just that distinctive baritone voice. But also, I wanted to say when he was in the second verse, when he said, "Cry like a child through these years make me older. With children, my time is so wastefully spent." I can't remember. I think when he said "children, my time," and when he said whatever. I think when he said "child" in the previous verse, you could I don't know. You could hear. I don't know if it was a voice crack. I don't think it was a voice crack, but it was just you could hear a little bit of how young he was because he's like in his what was he? Was he 23, something like that when he passed? But obviously this was released after his well, I shouldn't say obviously, but this was released after his death. But yeah, it was just I felt some youthfulness in his voice there. It's like it brought me back to oh yeah, he was like in his early 20s. He was like I was like I'm 23. I mean, my God, we're like the same age I am now as when he passed, and it's like I obviously I have not created a band or I was not in a band for 2 years, which has been called one of the best post uh, punk bands of all time. But anyway, yeah, I just had a weird realization there because I am about the same age as Ian Curtis was. But anyway, yeah, and it's just, I guess when actually just going on that thought, 40 years ago, when he passed, it was like it feels like they were older. People that passed away in like the 70s, the 60s, whatever. You think of like Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, who I love. Just basically all of the 27 Club. I mean, Kurt Cobain, I have a poster behind me. These people were all in their 20s, or, it's just, and it feels so weird. It feels like they were so much older. And it's just like, when you get to that age, it's like, how can I be that age that they were when they pass? It's just, I don't know, it's very weird. But anyway, again, this song, and again, like I said, with the bass coming in, Peter Hook, it's just when he came in, like I said, I was like, good Lord, because right off the bat, I heard that bass line, and just his bass playing throughout the song, I was just taken aback, and it's just each time I hear Peter Hook on a track, I just I get butterflies or something. It's like I don't know, it's very arousing. When I hear Joy Division, for me anyway. And again, Stephen Morris on drums. Stephen Morris, one of the most underrated drummers, I gotta say. Here he wasn't doing much. I mean, whatever. He was just, but he was keeping pace with the guys, and he was, doing his thing and making it sound very haunting as well. So I wouldn't say this is, one of the tracks where he just shows off or something, but yeah, I just have to say one of the most underrated drummers. I've seen so many, comments that he is one of the most underrated drummers on my channel and on other Joy Division songs and such. And yeah, it just really shows through. And of course, Bernard Sumner. I mean, obviously, each member went on to do wonderful things with New Order. And Bernard Sumner became, the lead singer. And obviously on guitar here, he was great as well. I mean, the whole thing came together just to sound so haunting. And the synthesizers, I mean, good Lord, this was one of the darkest. I don't know why I keep saying good Lord, but this is one of the darkest Joy Division songs I've heard, and that's really saying something. I mean, Joy Division, obviously, there's not many songs that have that's all rainbows and butterflies and such. So anyway, there is a couple annotations here because there's only 2 verses. But anyway, it says, procession moves on. The shouting is over. Praise to the glory of loved ones now gone. Talking aloud as they sit around their tables, scattering flowers washed down by the rain. So Ian Curtis illustrates the scene of a funeral. Which, again, it's Joy Division. What do you expect? The metaphor digs down into the deepest, most dank and dark recesses of tortured unyielding depression. It almost sounds like Ian Curtis is issuing this personal testimony of his inner demons from beyond the grave. Good Lord. Again, I don't. Good Lord is my go-to phrase for this video. My goodness, I don't know what's going on. And it goes on, cry like a child, though these years make me older. With children, my time is so wastefully spent, a burden to keep, though their inner communion accept like a curse, an unlucky deal. So the infamously remarkable sentiments from a man who was the father of a baby girl. Curtis was sick of the mistakes he had made, his early marriage, his affair, the progression of Joy Division. So he channels his fury towards his daughter, Natalie. So yeah, of course, when you're in that state, when you're, depressed, and I mean, obviously, when you have epilepsy, all this kind of stuff, I mean, whenever you have responsibilities or whatever, it's just everything seems so much. And I can really see that point from Curtis in the song. I never actually talked about the song here from Genius, but there isn't about, so I'll just say that, and then I'll basically, I guess, end this. It says arguably the bleakest thing that the band has ever recorded, and I gotta agree. I mean, from right at the start, The Eternal is a slow and atmospheric track built around a repetitive bass line, and a great bass line, I gotta say, and reverb-laden drums and piano. According to guitarist Bernard Sumner, Ian Curtis wrote The Eternal about a child with Down syndrome who lived near him. The child was not allowed to leave his house. When Ian moved back to Macclesfield when he was 22, he noticed how even though his life had changed, the child's life appeared to have been remained the same. As Stephen Morris told GQ in July 2020, he used to go and see him at the labor exchange, but he would also see him playing in the park, and he never seemed to age. He just always seemed the same. So again, this reminds me of She's Lost Control, where apparently Ian went to visit I can't remember, but he saw a girl who was, I guess had a handicap or something, and he kind of found inspiration for that. And if that story is true, I think I've heard that story, and I'm just assuming, but yeah, and it's just, Ian really took some inspiration for songs from, dark recesses of the world, and it's just what really separated their Joy Division sound, and obviously they couldn't match that sound with Ian, when he passed, and they created New Order with a whole different new sound that sounded, it sounded much, I guess, not, well, maybe happier or whatever, but it wasn't the same as Joy Division, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I'm just saying it was different, and because Ian he was just so dark, and obviously he wasn't long for this world. So anyway, I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. Really appreciate all of the support. And yeah, thanks for this suggestion, because this song really got me going. Anyway, thanks for watching again. I'll talk to you guys again soon.